Welcome! Do you want to learn English in a fun and easy way? In this video, we teach English using narrated, animated stories. Here is how it works. On the left, watch the beautiful animations. They are designed to help you understand and enjoy the story. On the right, you can read along as you listen to the narrator. When we reach a difficult word, don't worry. A box will appear at the bottom with a simple definition and an example to help you learn. Let's get started.
It is a hot day. The air feels heavy, and the ground looks wavy from the heat. A fan blows warm air around your room. On such a day, the idea of a big, warm meal can feel very bad. If you ask people what they want to eat when it is very hot, they usually do not want to cook much. They want food that is cold and light. They might want a piece of watermelon, cold noodles with ice, or a salad. This feeling is not about being lazy, nor is it simply a matter of taste. The question of what should I eat in hot weather touches many different areas. It brings together brain science, how heat works in the body, how humans have changed over time, how to keep food safe, and thousands of years of cooking wisdom. This wisdom comes from cultures that learned how to eat without making their bodies even hotter. The year 2026 has already shown us how important this question is becoming. Western Europe faced very high temperatures. Heat waves broke records in countries like Spain, the United Kingdom, Germany, France, and Ireland. These extreme temperatures started in late May 2026 and were 10 to 15 degrees Celsius higher than normal. Experts believe that global average temperatures between 2026 and 2030 will be much hotter. They expect them to be between 1.3 and 1.9 degrees Celsius above the time before modern industry.
There is a 75% chance that the average warming over these 5 years will go above 1.5 degrees Celsius. With global temperatures setting new and dangerous records, knowing what to eat is no longer just about feeling good. It is a critical issue of survival. For most of human history, people just lived through such heat. They adjusted what they ate through trial and error and by following family traditions. They did not use modern science. But today, researchers are beginning to explain why many of those old habits actually work. They are finding out why chilled soups, seafood with lemon, or even spicy chili in hot places help keep us cool. This book will explore how extreme temperatures change what our bodies need to eat. We will look at how biology, culture, and science all connect when we talk about eating in the heat. It is a roadmap to understanding how our diet must change. And in doing so, scientists are also revealing something unexpected. That heat does not just change what food we want to eat. It changes deep inside our biochemistry if we want to eat at all. Why does a hot summer day make the thought of a warm, cooked meal feel almost unbearable? The answer lies hidden deep in our biochemistry, revealing a shocking truth about what heat does to our bodies before we even take our first bite. 2. Why we are not hungry. In hot weather, many people feel less hungry. This is not just a feeling, it is how our body reacts to heat. Scientists now understand why our appetite decreases when it is hot outside. Our brain has a small part called the hypothalamus. Think of it as our body's own thermostat. Its main job is to keep our body temperature around 37 degrees Celsius, 98.6 degrees Fahrenheit. When the air outside gets very hot, this part of the brain works hard to keep us cool. As it works to manage heat, it also turns down our hunger signals. This is because digesting food creates heat, and the hypothalamus wants to avoid extra heat when it's already hot. It makes temperature control its top priority. Hunger is also controlled by special chemicals in our body called hormones. One important hormone is ghrelin. It tells our brain when our stomach is empty and we need to eat. Other hormones, like leptin, tell us when we are full. When it's hot, our body produces less ghrelin. At the same time, it might make more of the hormones that signal we are full. This helps explain why we just don't feel like eating as much. Research has shown these changes, even if the exact reasons are still being studied. Also, when it's hot, our body changes how blood flows. More blood goes to our skin to help us sweat and cool down. Less blood goes to our stomach and gut. This means our digestion slows down. Food stays in our stomach longer, making us feel full for a longer time. This can make us feel a bit heavy or bloated during a heat wave. There is also a very small cellular reason for this change.
Inside the hypothalamus, there are special brain cells called neurons. Some of these neurons, known as POMC neurons, usually stop us from eating too much. Scientists found that these neurons have a tiny switch called TRPV1. This switch is sensitive to heat. When our body temperature goes up even a little, the TRPV1 switch turns on. This makes the POMC neurons work harder, which then makes us less hungry. It's like a tiny internal off switch for appetite that heat activates. The same switch makes chili peppers feel hot in the mouth. This system makes sense from an evolutionary point of view. For a very long time, humans have lived in different climates. In cold places, eating more food helps the body produce heat to stay warm. But in hot places, the opposite is true. Our bodies try to eat less food to avoid making extra heat from digestion. It is a natural way to protect ourselves from overheating. Our bodies naturally choose this strategy. So when the weather is very hot, our body's own clever systems reduce our desire for food. This helps us manage our temperature. However, even if we don't feel hungry, our body still needs important nutrients. We cannot just stop eating. This brings up a new question. If our brain stops us from feeling hungry, how do we safely get the vital energy we need without turning our digestion into an overheating furnace? 3. How food makes us hot. When you eat food, your body does not just take in energy.
It also uses energy to break down, absorb, and store that food. This process creates heat inside your body. Scientists call this the thermic effect of food, or diet-induced thermogenesis. This is the hidden science that explains why a big meal can make you feel warmer, especially on a hot day. It's your body working hard to process what you've eaten. On average, about 10% of the calories you eat are used just for this digestive process, and this energy turns into heat. However, not all types of food create the same amount of heat. The three main parts of food, fat, carbohydrates, and protein, are very different in how much internal heat they make during digestion. Fats are the easiest for your body to process. They create very little heat. Only about 0 to 3% of their calories are burned during digestion. Carbohydrates, like bread, rice, or pasta, are in the middle. They cause your body to make about 5 to 10% of their calories as heat. Protein is different. It is the most metabolically expensive for your body to digest. This means your body uses a lot more energy to break it down. When you eat protein, your body turns 20 to 30% of its calories into heat just for digestion. Think about it this way. If you eat 100 calories of pure protein, 20 to 30 of those calories are simply used up, creating heat. But if you eat 100 calories of pure fat, only 0 to 3 calories are used for digestion. This difference in heat production is significant and directly affects how you feel in warm weather. This science helps us understand why some foods feel wrong on a very hot day. Heavy, fatty, or very rich meals, like grilled ribs or fried chicken, are hard for your body to digest. These foods are calorie-dense and take a lot of effort to break down. This long process of digestion makes your body temperature go up. It can make you feel hot, tired, and slow, even after you have finished eating. This is why many experts suggest choosing smaller, lighter meals in hot weather. These kinds of meals help your body stay cooler and more comfortable. Also, full-fat dairy products, like some cheeses or creamy sauces, can slow down your digestion even more. Dairy fat causes food to move through your stomach and gut more slowly. When food stays in your stomach longer, your body works longer to digest it, which also raises your internal temperature and makes you feel more overheated. This does not mean you should stop eating protein completely. Your body still needs protein to build and repair muscles and to stay healthy and strong. Going without enough protein entirely can lead to its own set of problems. However, this knowledge helps explain why a large, heavy steak dinner can feel almost punishing on a stifling night, in a way that a cold shrimp salad or a bowl of chilled soup, even with the same number of calories, does not.
The macronutrient composition of a meal, not just its size, determines how much extra heat your body has to generate and then get rid of after you take a last bite. With protein creating so much internal heat during digestion, you might wonder if it's best to avoid it entirely when temperatures climb. Or is there a safer, smarter way to get the vital protein your body needs without turning your digestion into an overheating furnace? 4. Eating water and salt. When it's hot, most people think about drinking water. This is a good idea, but it's not the whole story. A big part of the water our body needs actually comes from the food we eat. In fact, about 20% of our daily hydration comes from solid foods, not just from drinks. It's a surprising fact that many people don't know. Some foods are full of water. Cucumbers, for example, are about 96% water. Watermelon is another great choice, with about 92% water. It's truly a watermelon. Lettuce is over 95% water and helps with strong bones and good sleep. Other foods with lots of water include tomatoes, celery, radishes, zucchini, and bell peppers. Fruits like strawberries, grapefruit, peaches, and pineapple also have a lot of water. Eating these foods helps your body stay cool and well-watered. Watermelon has another special benefit. It contains a compound called L-citrulline. Researchers are studying this compound.
L-citrulline can help your blood vessels become more flexible and improve blood flow. It helps make nitric oxide, a molecule that relaxes blood vessels. This means blood can move more easily through your body. While the research is still new and needs more study, it adds an extra reason to enjoy watermelon when it's hot. But staying hydrated isn't only about water. When you sweat, your body loses more than just water. It also loses important minerals called electrolytes. Sodium, chloride, potassium, magnesium, and calcium are some of these. Sodium and chloride are very important for keeping the right amount of fluid in your body. Losing too many of these minerals can make you feel bad. You might get muscle cramps, feel tired, dizzy, or have headaches. These are signs of not having enough electrolytes. If you only drink plain water after sweating a lot, you can make things worse. Drinking too much plain water can lower your sodium levels too much. This dangerous condition is called hyponatremia. This is why doctors and sports experts say it's important to eat whole foods or use special drinks that have electrolytes. To replace lost minerals, eat foods like bananas, which have potassium. Dark green leafy vegetables like spinach give you magnesium and calcium. Avocados are also good. Even a little bit of salt, the kind that hasn't been changed, can be helpful when you are sweating a lot. For athletes or people doing hard work in the heat, it's a good idea to eat a little more sodium before they start sweating a lot. This helps keep their body working well. So food is a hidden source of water and essential minerals. But what happens if you drink too much plain water and don't get enough of these vital minerals? Your body can face a dangerous biological problem, making you search for a safe balance. 5. The magic of spicy food. People often wonder why cultures in very hot places eat spicy food. It seems strange to eat something that makes you feel hotter when the weather is already warm. This is called the chili paradox. But there is a good reason for it, a clever trick your body plays. The main reason is a molecule called capsaicin. This chemical is found in chili peppers. When you eat capsaicin, it touches special nerve receptors in your mouth. These receptors, called TRV1, usually sense heat. Capsaicin tricks your brain into thinking your body is getting hotter, even when it is not. This is the same type of sensor that tells your brain when your body temperature rises and can make you feel less hungry. When your brain thinks you are hot, your body reacts by sweating. Sweating is your body's natural cooling system. As the sweat leaves your skin and turns into vapor in the air, it takes heat away from your body. This process is called evaporation. It is the main way spicy food helps you cool down.
Spicy food also makes blood flow more to your skin, which helps heat leave your body. However, this cooling trick has a condition. It only works well when the air is dry, meaning low humidity. In dry air, sweat evaporates quickly. But if the air is very wet and sticky, sweat cannot evaporate easily. It just drips off your skin. In this case, eating spicy food will not help you cool down much, and you might just feel hotter and more uncomfortable. So the effectiveness of spicy food depends on the weather around you. Another interesting trick for cooling down comes from warm drinks, like hot mint tea. In hot countries like Morocco, people drink very hot mint tea. This might seem strange, but it works similar to spicy food. When you drink a warm beverage, special sensors in your mouth and throat tell your body to start sweating. Again, it is the evaporation of this sweat that cools you down. Mint has its own magic too. It contains a compound called menthol. Menthol activates a receptor in your mouth, TRPM8, that normally senses cold. So even if the tea is hot, the mint makes your brain think you are feeling cold. It is a neurological illusion. This means you feel refreshed even if your body's core temperature has not changed much. This illusion works for other mint family plants like basil and oregano too. So while eating ice cream gives a brief cold feeling, it might warm you up inside as your body digests it. Spicy food and hot mint tea, on the other hand, actively encourage your body's natural cooling systems, though with an important note about humidity. This shows how ancient wisdom and modern science often agree on smart ways to handle the heat. Cold food from the world. The world has many smart ways to eat when it is hot. In sunny Spain, people enjoy gazpacho, a chilled soup made from fresh tomatoes, cucumbers, and peppers. It needs no cooking. Another Spanish dish, salmorejo, is like gazpacho, but thicker, made with bread for a creamy texture. Across the Mediterranean, you find similar cold vegetable soups,
often with yogurt and herbs like tarator or kachik. In East Asia, cold noodles are popular. South Korea has naengmyeon, thin buckwheat noodles served in an icy broth. Japan offers zarusoba, cold buckwheat noodles eaten with a special dipping sauce. Korea also has oinanguk, a raw cucumber soup perfect for hot days. These culinary traditions show how people find ways to cool down. South America uses citrus fruit to prepare food without heat. Peru's ceviche is fresh, raw fish marinated in lime juice. The acid in the lime cooks the fish, changing its texture. In Vietnam, summer rolls are popular. They are fresh vegetables, noodles, and cold protein wrapped in clear rice paper. Even desserts change. India's kulfi is a dense, frozen treat, different from Western ice cream, flavored with spices like cardamom.
All these dishes are light, use lots of fresh produce, and require little cooking. They rely on natural flavors from herbs, acids, or light spices to taste good without heating the body. Centuries ago, ancient medical systems like traditional Chinese medicine and Ayurveda from India also gave advice for summer eating. Both systems classify foods based on their effects on the body, not just their temperature. In summer, they suggest cooling foods. These include many fruits and vegetables with high water content and lighter proteins like fish. They consider foods like peppermint and dill as cooling. However, both traditions share an important nuance. They advise against eating too many very cold or raw foods. Why? Because the body needs energy to warm these foods up to its own temperature. This can stress the digestive system and cause cramps. So, even in hot weather, lukewarm drinks and lightly cooked, water-rich foods are often better. They help the body stay cool and balanced without extra effort. This ancient wisdom gives us a good menu for summer. But our modern ways of life might bring new hidden dangers that could upset our body's natural cooling system. 7. Bad food for hot days. When the weather is very hot, some foods and drinks can make you feel worse. It is smart to know what to avoid. Many processed foods like salty snacks or cured meats contain a lot of salt. This salt is different from the salt your body loses when you sweat. Too much salt from these foods can actually make it harder for your body to stay hydrated. High-fat, greasy meals also make your body work harder to digest them, which can raise your body temperature and make you feel sluggish. Drinks also play a big role. Alcohol and caffeine found in coffee or energy drinks are diuretics. This means they make your body lose more water through urine exactly when you need it most. If you have these drinks, try to drink extra water too. Sugary drinks like sodas can also be bad for hydration. The sugar pulls fluid into your stomach, which can worsen dehydration if you are not drinking enough plain water. Water with a little fruit or homemade fruit ice pops are better choices. Beyond what makes you feel hot, there is a hidden danger: food poisoning. Hot weather helps bacteria grow very fast. Food safety experts call the temperature range between 40 degrees Fahrenheit and 140 degrees Fahrenheit the danger zone. In this zone, bacteria can double in number in just 20 minutes. This is why food should not sit out for more than 2 hours. If it is hotter than 90 degrees Fahrenheit outside, food should only be left out for 1 hour. Bad bacteria or pathogens such as Salmonella or E. coli can grow in food that looks and smells fine.
This means you cannot always trust your eyes or nose. Foods like potato salad, cut fruit, and rice are very vulnerable to bacterial growth because they are moist. Humidity also helps bacteria spread, even on foods you might not think are risky. To keep food safe, make sure cold foods stay below 40 degrees Fahrenheit and hot foods stay above 140 degrees Fahrenheit. Always use a food thermometer to check. Do not let raw and cooked foods touch each other, and put away leftovers quickly. These steps are important to prevent food from becoming contaminated and making people sick. With the risks of foodborne illness higher than ever in a hotter world, how can we safely feed ourselves without danger? Our hot future. Summers are becoming much hotter, more often, and for longer periods. Scientists say global temperatures will keep rising, making knowing how you eat well vital. For example, during the 2025 heat waves in Europe, many thousands of deaths were attributable to climate change. Warmer weather also speeds up bacterial growth in food, increasing sickness risks. Our bodies have amazing natural mechanisms to deal with heat. When the air gets hot, our hunger often goes down, and we start wanting lighter foods, like fruits and vegetables with a lot of water. This is a clever physiological response. Our body knows that digesting heavy meals makes us hotter, guiding us to eat easy-to-process foods that create less heat, helping us stay cool from the inside. We have learned that foods like watermelon and cucumber are full of water and important minerals, which help with hydration. Replacing lost salt is key after sweating. Even spicy foods can help by making us sweat, which cools us down when that sweat dries from our skin. These choices are not new. People in hot places have found similar ways to eat for thousands of years. This shows a kind of evolutionary wisdom. Our bodies have made adaptations to survive in different climates, and these preferences are part of that. As the world keeps getting hotter, we do not need to invent totally new ways of eating. The best answers are in our natural feelings and old traditions. We should trust our body's signals, the wish for a cold soup, a piece of sliced fruit, or light herb-topped noodles. These feelings are actually smart ways our bodies try to protect us from overheating. The biggest secret to staying cool has always been inside us, guiding our choices for survival. What is your absolute favorite food to eat to cool down during a boiling summer day? Leave a comment below and let us know.
Hey there! Just a second before you go. If you learned something new today, please give this video a like, write your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe to the channel. It only takes a second, and it really helps to create even better English videos for you. Your support means the world,